Alright, so I got my, I guess they're calling this the upper oil pan. Um, I got it all cleaned up. This is actually one from the Rev Up. I just did it because I had that little baffle that was there. Plus, the both ears are good. The one that was obviously on the boosted motor, you know, totally messed up. That busted somewhere here or whatever. Then the other one that I had from this motor originally, one of the ears was messed up. This one, it's really thin. I don't know why it's actually on that side. Oh no, I don't know. I was thinking maybe because of the what do you call it? Drive shaft or whatever for the all-wheel drive. I don't know. It's that's just there. It has nothing. This is where the starter goes. But anyways, long story short, this one's fully together, and then plus it like has this other baffle. So I was like, oh, you know what? I'll put this on. So I got her cleaned up. Oh, and then the cool thing about this too, I think this should be a temperature sensor. So oil temp sensor, and then this is the pressure sensor. So temperature, pressure, and I don't know of this one. I only see one connector, so I don't know if it's just a dummy or if it just does resistance, and you know it can tell you what the thingy is. You know the actual whatever. What's that shit called? Oh, the actual pressure. You know, because these were CAN bus systems. But anyhow, so it's all cleaned up. I'm about to go, and I got my Felpro kit here with the FSM opened up. So this Felpro kit came with some RTV, which is good because I ran out of RTV from doing the timing cover. It's black, but it's gonna be on the bottom, and that's fine. Ain't nobody gonna see that shit. But all right, let me go and start looking at all this. I got my two O-rings right there for the pump and pickup that go there, and then put those bad boys on, and then with some, you know, RTV. Like, that's how it says to do. But anyhow, all right. So I got the upper pan installed. Finally got the right name, I guess. But don't look at that. I just, you know what, I caked it up. I let it came out, and then whatever came out, I just put it there. I don't want no shit leaking, because there's a rubber seal that's in there, and you know if it shrinks or whatnot, I just don't want it. So, you know, I got that all. Now I'm working. See, I'm keeping this baffle. I'm guessing this, you know, help when swishing around possibly with oil. If you guys know, I have this guy, and this is basically a spacer to bring this down because I am using this guy, which look at this job, only because I had this pan leaking and then I had to take it out. I was like, you know what, I don't even want to deal with that shit no more, so I like kind of caked it up. But here goes all the debris from that old motor. So, and this is one of those ears that I was telling you that broke from this side right there. So I'm using that. But anyhow, I need to get this bitch separated, and yeah, it's a little pain, but I got all this shit, so I had to, you know, dump it out and then separate it, clean it up like this guy. But I'm gonna set this on real quick. So essentially, this is what I'm doing. This is a you know, return. Instead of, you know, doing welding, you know, now I could weld. Like, it's actually funny, you know, I could, now that I got it off, I can see exactly, you know, where I could. But like, even, I don't know, right there. But fuck it, I got that piece. It works. I didn't ever had oil back up, so keep it like that. But that's what's up. So all right, so I got, you know, that spacer on, put a little RTV in that. It was funny because I had, this is from this motor. The other one I didn't want to use it because I don't know, you know, it fucking sucked up metal shavings or whatever, and I wasn't whatever. But that spacer was connected, you know, like held onto the other one with the, you know, RTV that I had used. So anyhow, got that off, cleaned it off, and then you could kind of see there, because of the spacer, it throws the angle off with this baffle. So I had to notch it. I was trying to do a hole saw, but this freaking metal was strong, so I ended up just cutting, bending it back, cutting, and then cleaning it up. You know, so there's, you know, no shavings. I filed it down and stuff, and then, you know, just put these boys back on. So anyhow, I'm about to go and RTV this, put on my bottom plate, and then I could turn her over, put on some valve covers. But the one issue is I gotta get that bolt out that's back there. So I'm gonna go buy me some left-hand drill nuts and see if I can get it out like that. If not, then TIG it and what do you call it? You know, pull her out. I mean, the TIG would be easier because it'll heat up and then, you know, help release the threads. But I don't want to, you know, have to do that right now. But I don't know. I'm just trying to get this done. At least once I do that, I just have to address that issue in the back, and then I could mate her up with the transmission and then drop her back in. Oh, and then Halloween, my intake manifold gaskets are coming in. That motherfuckers want like $50 at freaking AutoZone, bro. I got that shit off Rock Auto for like 30. But anyhow, long story short, yeah, she's getting there. All right. So, I mean, it's not a big deal, but basically, this fucking asshole, you gotta be torqued down to about 36 foot-pounds, and then after that you need to go 60 degrees. So basically from, you know, one mark to the other, I need to make that come right there. I went and basically had that locked, was doing that. It was probably like more than 100 foot-pound torque or some shit, and I was holding the back end with the screwdriver on the you know, fucking things, and I damaged the thread a little bit on this one, but the other one that I got, I tried putting it in that motor and seeing, and it just got damaged. So I need to basically go and order some new ARP bolts, or, you know, some new stock shit. But basically the motor's together. I need to put some tape on this. I'm gonna do that. I already put on the valve covers and put the spark plugs in just so shit doesn't fall in. And then yeah, so once I take that off, I can address the crank with that one bolt, and then what's it called, mate the transmission and all that. But yeah, so motor's pretty much together. I'm probably gonna buy some new ones because I did some RTV just to, like, you know, block it. When I took them out, I was getting a little bit of oil on it, and now they make some, you know, cheaper ones now. Before, back in the day, it was like $125 for that shit for one. You needed two. But now they got some cheap Chinese replicas. But do that and then get some new valve cover things. But yeah, then I need to route this. Now that I'm looking at it, oh shit, I hope that doesn't interfere with the intake runner. Matter of fact, shit, let's go and get that real quick. Hold on. Okay, good. So we don't have that issue. You can see, so I can get a hose and it'll just, you know, kind of thing come out. And if not, I could always take it off, weld a 90. You know, but yeah, that's where she's at right now. So all right, I'm kind of pissed off about that because I don't want that to hold me back from, you know, going. I was like, because I'm gonna be on vacation next week, so I want to get as much as done now. But I mean, it's Monday, I got till Saturday, and like I said, I get the intake manifold gaskets and stuff on Halloween. But then you see Halloween, I'm not going to be able to do anything because we'll have to go do some trick-or-treating. Got the motor top dead center, but that fucking asshole. So I'll probably tighten that back up once I get the motor into the car and let the transmission, you know, lock it. So, but anyways, long story, we're getting there. Progress. All right, my friend. So a little bit of a drawback. Long story short, I got this motor from my friend. You know, he just told me basically they put it in the car, and turns out it was an electrical issue. So then they took this back to return it. They with LKQ. That's why I have these stamps there that say LKQ. Long story short, they gave him back the credit. They never came back for the motor. He's like, oh, you know, asked me if I wanted it. I'm like, yeah, I bet. So anyways, that was a year. I got it. I put it on the engine stand. As you've seen in the videos, it was on this engine stand for, you know, probably like 2 years or 3 years or some many years. Anyways, long story short, uh, the other day when I was putting on the crank pulley bolt, I had threaded those in, and then I was, locking with the pry bar and doing that. Well, then one of the fucking bolts flew out, and I was like, oh man. So, anyways, long story short, when I get it out, I go and I research. Look at this shit. It's got a broken stud in there, and then you can see the threads are fucked up. That one's really fucked up. But so those three. I think that one had a little bit at the beginning, but it threads fine, and it's got all the engagement. So I'm like, what the fuck? I don't feel like redoing all my RTV and undoing, the fucking bottom end and all that bullshit. So long story short, helicoil them hoes. I do have a crank from the Rev Up that, if worse comes to worse, I could do it. But I mean, yeah, once you helicoil these, you should be good. I just got to drill that one out. I was hoping that it would be flush. I could just fucking TIG weld a bolt to it, but no. So I don't know what the fuck these people were doing. Some motherfuckers just don't, need to touch a goddamn motor. But I am gonna go and basically do that, and then, put some red Loctite on there. But that's where I'm at right now. It's not, the end of the world or a big deal. It's just, a little bit of work. So I wish it was fine. If not, I would have fucking, had this shit mated and probably in the car already. But I still need to pull out this bushing and then put in a manual transmission pilot bushing. But oh well, we keep moving forward. All right. Let me tell you. These, I never had a problem with. These are some damn Pittsburgh. No, let's see. Oh, Warrior. But they're left-hand span that you can get at, it's like $8 for this whole kit. And I think I started on a 1/8. No, yeah, I started on a 1/8 and I made it, and then I just go bigger steps. But these left-hand drill bits, bro, man, they're freaking like on point. They really, really do cut quick. So you see, I'm already there, and then I just keep on going little by little each step up. And then I do have a bit extractor, but since it's kind of biting on that edge, it probably won't. So I'll just keep going. And since I'm gonna helicoil this, it should be fine. But all right, we'll keep going forward. At least something went right today. So just that. So I kind of drilled it. It's kind of like it was a little off center. Oh shit, I don't know. But then there's another, piece in there that I need to get out. And then, what do you call it? Once I get my kit, which should come tomorrow, I can helicoil this back. Now, I've been reading up on the helicoil, and they're like, oh, it's as strong as the parent material. So, it should be good. But at least I got that, squared out so I can just drill, tap. I'm just hoping tapping it isn't a bitch. I need to spray and clean this all out. I don't want those metal shavings, but nah, at least we're turning something, into positive. But alrighty, tomorrow clock. Alright, so there goes that piece that came out, and there goes the hole. And you can kind of see some of the threads are, still there. I can't focus, so there it goes. You can kind of see some are there, but still, helicoil the whore, and she will be good. That's what's up. So that's pretty cool. Finally something went right today. But now clean this all up. So then when I get my my thing, I'll drill, tap. I'm just hoping the tap don't be a whore. That's gonna suck. But anyhow, then after that we're good to go. But like I said, finally happy something went in my direction. So alright guys, so when I had these bolts in, I was starting them all the way, and then this one, stopped a little bit high, but with these bolts threaded all the way in, they were lower than this. And now that I got the pressure plate on, aligned with the what's that thing called, the dowel, and you can kind of see that it is, you know, there. It's not, you know, off or anything. That yeah, locking it like that, it's good. So those extra threads that I was catching down there, they don't really do much. So with that being said, you know, I should be good with you know, the what's it called, the Healy coils, you know, going in. I'll put them, you know, at the top, flush with the top, so at least it has all that, and then put some, you know, red Loctite on it. But yeah, I mean, shit, I'm missing one more bolt. KAs are 6 bolt, these are 8 bolt, just like SRs. But then the other thing I kind of add is that these ARP Pro bolts, they're the same thing as the Ford 4.6 and I guess 5.3 flywheel bolts. So what's it called, had them on sale for 16 bucks. What's that place called? Summit. But I ended up getting this from Amazon for like 40 bucks. So I'm like, but then, you know, Summit, you probably don't get free shipping, so it doesn't even matter. But anyhow, we're there. So just a Healy coil and good to go. All right.